Hello and welcome to World Talks on TVP World with me, Ashim Kumar. In October, Czechs will elect a new parliament in a vote that could reshape Europe's security landscape. Former Prime Minister Andrej Babiš and his ANO party are leading the polls, and he has promised to end the Czech-led ammunition initiative that supplies millions of shells to Ukraine. Critics warn this would be a gift to Vladimir Putin. With Prague potentially pivoting closer to Slovakia and Hungary, the outcome could weaken both NATO and the EU's united front against Russia. To lay out the possible implications of the October vote, we are joined by Tomáš Zdechovský, the Czech MEP, the European People's Party. Mr. Zdechovský, thank you very much for taking the time and welcome to TVP World.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation.
It's a pleasure, sir. So, what is making Babiš so popular?
Babiš is playing the game with voters. He is a real populist. He is not taking care about the security or international relationship. He is now speaking much more like nationalist, like Fico or Orbán. He's presenting himself that he will come to the Czech Republic and he will solve all the issue. He will give more money to the policemen, to the army, to the fire brigade, to the everyone what you can imagine. If all the promises of Andrej Babiš will be really function, it will cost the Czech Republic billions and billions euros. Also, we cannot imagine that really the promises are real, but his promises are very dangerous for the security of the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic and Poland are now in the best economic condition. I think that the really recognition and name of the Czech Republic is made by ammunition initiative and with many things what are really international. But problem of the opposition and Andrej Babiš that he promised, and he's doing many things against the Ukraine people, against the Ukraine refugees, and he's promising that he will stop any subsidiarities what we are giving the families, women and children from the Ukraine. And it's very dangerous for the people because many people without work or people who are really poor are following and are trusting his promises.
Right. So in terms of his popularity within the Czech Republic, is there a demographic shift? For example, is it younger people that prefer his policies? Older? Is it geographically split? How does that work?
He is concentrated for many years for the population of the senior people in the Czech Republic. Also for the people what are in the pension, he promised that with him will the pension grow up immediately. Also his promises are much more supported by the people what are now in the pension age. And especially young generation doesn't trust him a lot, and people would have it any master degree doesn't vote him, especially he has many voters between the people who doesn't study nothing or study only the basic school or have it some professional school, but with people what has it more and more education, what are more and more educated, the support is falling down. Also, his promises trust much more people without any education and without any good condition and with any support of the families. It's social quite interesting that are the people from the former Sudetenland. There is the trust of Andrej Babiš the highest.
That is interesting indeed. Now, how likely is it, if he does come into power, which is entirely possible, that he will stop the ammunition initiative for Ukraine?
Yeah, he is fighting for something other. He is now fighting first for himself, because if he doesn't have it immunity and he's not re-elected, he will be face the court about that he stole from European budget more than 50 million of Czech crowns. It's 1.6 or 1.7 million of euro. And this is why for Andrej Babiš it's very important. Second thing is his promises. I think that he's like Fico. He sometimes meet Putin and promise Putin that he will press the Zelensky, stop fighting, stop exploding the Druzhba, and stop fire the refineries in the Russia. And in the same moment or next day, he will meet Zelensky, and he will promise Zelensky that he will be part of the EU and they will support his entrance to the European Union. He's a real populist, and he's really every time playing the game with who is speaking. Also, he can promise Poland that you can take the Český Těšín, and in the same moment he can promise Austria to take South Bohemia, but in other meeting with people from the Český Těšín or with people from the South Bohemia, we will absolutely promise, and he will say that it is lie, and this lie is using the opposition party against him.
So I'm assuming here that that applies equally to his threat of stopping the ammunition flow to Ukraine, but also his threat that he'll be holding referenda on important matters, which many people are considering to be membership of the EU and membership of NATO. Do you think those referenda will actually happen?
I am sure that with Andrej Babiš it will not happen. Andrej Babiš is populist, but he is not. He is very smart in this issue. He knows that he has many profits from EU, especially he is beneficial owner of many subsidiaries of European Union, and he knows that really it's not important, and he will take some money from army also, but he will never accept any referendum about EU and about NATO. This is something what I feel that's in his speeches never happened, that he will support this idea communist or fascist in the Czech Republic. Also, I think that in this moment, he is very happy that he can do with Viktor Orban and with Robert Fico many things, and he can, if he will be prime minister, he will started his fight against the European Union. What he's saying that it's a reform of the EU, but I think that it's much more about his own things, what he needs to do, especially for his Agrofert company, Agrofert concern. This is main issue what he is doing, especially in the politics last 12 years.
Right, so it's basically a way of protecting his personal interests rather than those of the country. How would you characterize his relationship with the leaders of Hungary and Slovakia?
It's very close. With Viktor Orban, he's the best friend. Viktor Orban 4 years ago helped him in election campaign. He came in election campaign to support him. I think the effect was opposite, but this shows that Viktor Orban is very close friend. And with Robert Fico, he has many subsidiaries in Slovakia. what started when Robert Fico was re-elected as Prime Minister 2023. Also, I think there is many economic interests in Slovakia, what Andrej Babiš have it, especially in this moment.
Okay, now, is there an alternative to Babiš, who could take the reins?
Yeah, maybe the second coalition, what is formed by Peter Fiala. Peter Fiala has it something around 22%. Andrej Babiš has it 30%, but his percentage is falling down. Peter Fiala is growing, and let's see if the difference between Andrej Babiš and Peter Fiala will be 2-3%. Is possible to re-establish the current coalition, but it means that the partners for the coalition will be stunned. It's the Mayor Party and Pirates Party as the second, but let's see what will be results. Results are who has it more than 100 members of the parliament. And now the prediction shows that it will be something 110 for Andrej Babiš and 90 for a possible coalition of Peter Fiala. But everything is count after the elections. Also, let's see.
Right. How stable do you think a Babiš coalition might be?
Yeah, Babiš coalition, if he will make the coalition with fascists, this is the SPD party, and with communists, it will be not very stable, because SPD has its coalition with 4 party, communists has its coalition with 5 party. Also, it will be very unstable, and this coalition can be potential threats for the Andrej Babiš. The same like Robert Fico, what has it now in Slovakia when he has coalition with Hlas and with SNS. But problem of SNS, it's party with many small parties, and it's make huge problem to find any majority for the government.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. But, of course, we will be keeping a close eye on what happens on the 3rd and 4th of October. Do come back after that and give us your analysis. Tomáš Zdechovský, thank you very much for your input this evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, and I wish you a pleasant evening.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this episode of World Talks. Don't go away, though. Lots more coming up. Goodbye.